Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. For this lesson, I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of If I Needed Someone that they did in October of 1965. The song was written by George Harrison, and it's said to be inspired by the bird song, The Bells of Rumney. George probably wrote it around August of 1965. He said that he wrote it as a love song to his then-girlfriend, Pattie Boyd, whom he married soon after the song's release. And about the actual configuration of the song, George has said, "It was like a million other songs written around one chord, a D chord actually. If you move your fingers about, you get various little melodies. That guitar line, or variations on it, is found in many a song, and it amazes me that people still find new permutations of the same notes." October 16th, the Beatles are at EMI Studio 2, and they do the rhythm track, and it consists of George on 12-string guitar, John on Stratocaster, Paul playing his Rickenbacker, and Ringo on drums. On October 18th, George sang the lead vocal, and he double-tracked his lead vocals, and he also added some extra 12-string guitars. Then John and Paul did the harmony, they double-tracked their harmony, and Ringo overdubbed tambourine. The song was mixed on October 25th. If I Needed Someone is the only George Harrison original composition that the Beatles ever played live. And they played it on the final British tour, at the 1966 New Musical Express All-Star Concert. They played it in Japan, on their final international tour, and on their final U.S. tour. Fun facts to know and tell. At their Memphis concert in 1966, the Beatles received an anonymous phone call saying that one or all of them would be assassinated. And during their performance of If I Needed Someone, a cherry bomb exploded. And the Beatles looked at each other wondering who got shot. Must have been extremely frightening. If I Needed Someone was released on the UK version of Rubber Soul in December of 1965 and in June of 1966 on an album called Yesterday and Today in the United States. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. George Harrison is playing his Rickenbacker 12-string on If I Needed Someone. This is a Harley Benton, which is a fraction of the cost of the Rick, and it has the same problems of any 12-string. They are difficult to tune and stay in tune. And if anyone tells you that they have a 12-string that stays in perfect tuning, tell them to buy some Q-tips. Okay, in order to play this song, you first have to realize that there's a droning D, and we're going to call this in first position D because it's actually in A. It's like an A chord, but it's easier to understand if I talk about it in first position. So we're going to talk it like it's basically based on a D7 chord, that chord, for the main riff. So you have to first think about the droning D of quarter notes, and it would be like... You have to keep that happening. And then there's the melody, and the melody is on the upbeat, and the melody is... And when you put it together, you get... Now, George is probably doing a freer strum, actually, not playing as clean as that. And I advise using not too thick of a pick when you do this one, because you can just freely strum it, and it sounds cool too, like... Depends on how clean you want to get it. Either pick it individually or strum it. But again, mainly you have to keep that quarter note thing again and get the melody. One. So very slowly. And you're on your way. Now during the verse, it's pretty much based on a regular D chord, and then you pick up your second finger to have this open E, put it back down, and suspend the D. And the pattern is but you do it in, again, playing the melody on the upbeat and strumming through it. See, I'll do it really slow. 3, 4. That's going to go to a C chord, and C chord's like this. Back to the main riff. So an actual verse would sound like this. I'll do the intro and the first verse. So it's like this. 3, 4. So of note on the bridge is that the rhythm is exactly the same. It's pretty much 1 and 2 and. So like on A minor would be. And you continue that through all the chords. So a bridge sounds like this. 3, 4. All right, verse 3 is just about exactly like verse 1 and 2. Charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it perfectly clear. But verse 3 is... Then we come to the solo. Now the solo is based on a D chord, and you're kind of getting this high A when it starts. So it starts like this. So the melody I should show you is... Right? So... And you do that twice. Then you go to a C, and interestingly right here he plays a C with kind of the G on top, and an open B note, and a high note, high G. So I'll do the solo very slowly. 3, 4. Now on bridge 2, it's just that the rhythm changes a little bit. The rhythm is now 1 and 2 and 4 and same chords: A minor to B, E minor, A minor to B, E minor to A. So bridge 2 is like this. And they don't suspend that A chord. Then verse 5, exactly the same, as the C is the same, the D7. I think it's all the same, and then you just play out that main D7 lick until the ending. So verse 5 to the ending is like this. 3, 4. And you end on just a little 3 note. Again, charts and tabs will make it much clearer than I can play it or say it, but that's George Harrison's part on If I Needed Someone. John Lennon is playing his Fender Stratocaster on If I Needed Someone, and it's a fairly simple part, and it's reminiscent of other rhythms that the Beatles have used. So to play a verse, you just need 3 chords. You need an A, a G, and an A7. But you very rarely hear that top G note on his A7. It's mostly the inside strings he's playing. Now, when you see John play the song live, he gets a nice up and down motion by just like this. You know, he has a loose wrist and he plays like. But I find it's easier to make it swing and groove if you kind of do it in a circular motion. You do it however you like, but this is how I feel it. I feel it like this. See what I'm doing? Kind of just going in a circle, counterclockwise, and to me, that makes it feel like it has a nice swing. Plus, you accent all the upbeats. So those are verses. I'll do the second verse very slow in case that helps. Here's a verse. We'll say 2. It'll be like this. Then on the bridge, you need an E minor, an F sharp, a B minor, again, E minor, F sharp, B minor, and an E. And on the record, the same rolling motion on the bridge. So 3, 4. I'll do that slow for you. 3, 4. Then verse 3 is exactly the same as 1 and 2, just Now on the record during the solo, he plays a little different rhythm. He plays 1 and a ia, 1 and a ia. It could be finger picked. And fun facts no one tells that he actually uses that rhythm during the bridge when he plays it live. But so that rhythm would sound like 3, 4. You could finger pick that if you like it, but it's easier to strum. And again, that's the rhythm that John uses when he plays the bridge live. Then verse 3 to the end is like this. 3, 4. Really nice part. Kind of like, sort of like that rhythm. Any road. I've put it together in a sound alike so you could see how both guitar parts fit together, so have a look at this. like this, but you see that I'm too much in love. Carve your number on my wall, and maybe you will get a call from me. If I needed someone, if I had some more time to spend, then I guess I'd be with you, my friend. If I needed someone, had you come some other day, then it might not have been like this. But you see that I'm too much in love. Carve your number on my wall, and maybe you will get a call from me. If I needed someone, Well, now you've seen how all the guitar parts fit together, and I hope you enjoyed that. I suggest you download the charts and tabs at mikepachelli.com. Learn all the parts, play along with my sound alike, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And I really appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. So have fun playing this great old song, and until next time, I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.